Sam from Pancake Warriors. Today we're going to make a quick smoked salmon egg bake or frittata, whatever you want to call it. There's only a few ingredients, so I'll just quickly go over what will be in the frittata and then we'll get into assembly. So I have some frozen cut spinach. I use organic. That has been microwaved for about 2 minutes, just enough to defrost it. Once it was defrosted, I just simply squeezed out all the liquid just like this over the stove, okay? So you can see it's very dry. There's no liquid in the bottom. That's one ingredient. I started with about half of a bag or about 2 cups of frozen. Here I have a chopped roasted red pepper. I just buy the jar from Trader Joe's. I grabbed a red pepper and a yellow pepper. It's about a half of a cup. I've got some chopped red onions here. It's about 3 or 4 tablespoons chopped of red onion. I'm also going to use some smoked salmon, some regular eggs, and some egg whites. So let's get started. Like I said, we already have our defrosted spinach. Make sure you defrost it in the oven or in the microwave. I tried to make this recipe so that you didn't have to turn the stove on at all. You just want to have your oven preheated to 375. We're just going to combine all of our ingredients here. So again, that was roasted red pepper, roasted yellow pepper, some red onion and spinach. I just want to do a quick combination. You see how flavorful and colorful this is. This recipe is going to be very simple in terms of seasoning. I'm just going to use a little bit of salt. I am going to get out a half of a teaspoon. The spinach has no seasoning on it, so I tend to make sure that that's seasoned. Otherwise, it's not the best omelet or frittata in the world. So just quickly stir all that in. I'm going to put that over to the side. I just chose some wild smoked salmon. I try to look for something that doesn't have any added sugar in it. This is from Trader Joe's. Real simple to find. This would be great for brunch. It can be served at room temperature, so it can just sit out. It doesn't have to be refrigerated to be served, and it doesn't have to be served hot either. So perfect for brunch, perfect for your holiday get-togethers. Great alternative to a bagel and smoked salmon. You could also add some cream cheese to this recipe. I'm going to choose to omit it, but it's something I've tried before. So just peel off your salmon. It can be a little tough to get off the board. I'm just going to roll it up like a cigar, just like this. Make it easy to chop. So you see I just have one log to chop here, and I'm going to just finely go through it. Just make these easier to deal with instead of trying to chop each individual piece on its own. All right. And then I'll just go over this one more time. All right, perfect. So this is something you can do the night before. Bake it up in the oven and have it ready for Christmas breakfast or brunch, any time of the year. Just gonna add all of that to our veggies. Super simple, nothing to worry about here. Stir it all up. Try to distribute the salmon as much as possible. And then we are just going to simply divide this into 2 pie. I have glass ones here. You can always use the dark ones. Rule of thumb though is assume it will stick. So make sure you have some non-stick spray, or you can use coconut oil as well. Just gonna make sure I spray it down. The last thing you want is to have this beautiful looking frittata and none of it come out of the container. From experience, I will tell you that. No fun fighting with your food. All right, so those were pretty liberally sprayed, and we're just gonna divide this between the 2. No math or crazy equations here. Just eyeball it. We'll spread it out a little bit with our fingers. You could make this one, but I find that the smoked salmon is super flavorful and it can tend to overwhelm the dish if there's too much at once. You could also use muffin liners to do this. So I just like to divide it between the two if one looks a little fuller than the other. Perfect. Okay. So then here comes the fun part. I don't like dirtying a lot of things, so I'm just going to use the same bowl we just mixed everything in to whip up some eggs, and then we'll add egg whites to it as well. So I usually just crack them on the side, just throw them in. The good thing about using a bowl first is if you do get any shells in, you're not trying to fish them out of the frittata, it's just out of the shell or out of the bowl. So we'll do 4 eggs and then a carton of egg whites. So we'll just quickly whip these up. And then we'll add some egg whites just to whip them in, and then we can pour the rest of them over the top. Great. So we'll just divide this in 2. Again, nothing special here. This is about no fuss. There we go. And then, like I said, we'll just add the rest right in. That's the beauty of the egg white product. I try to get the cage-free kind when I can find them. Same section. Great. So these are done. They're ready for the oven. I'm going to put them in the oven, 375 for about 25 to 30 minutes. You'll know they're done when they're nice and golden brown on the top. We'll be back with some fresh, beautiful frittata soon. All right, so these just came out of the oven. You can see, don't want to burn myself. They are firm to the touch. Okay, that's kind of my way of telling. They were in the oven for about 32 minutes about. I'm just gonna show you just a quick shot of the inside. Try not to burn myself here. You could serve this with some sliced avocado. You could serve this with a side salad. It'd be really beautiful. Just show you, slice here. Since we greased the pan, it comes out really easy. You can see how great this would be for brunch. It's just thick enough to be a good serving. This is also great for a make-ahead meal, so you could make this on Sunday night for your family and have breakfast ready for a couple of days. You just cut these up and put them in little single-serve baggies, put them in the fridge. You literally can walk out the door with breakfast right in your hand. I really hope you make these. If you do, make sure you tag me either on Instagram or Facebook. I'd love to see your creation. The full recipe will be online at pancakewarriors.com. Have a good day.